Hey, welcome back to another video, guys. New head came in way sooner than I thought. It's Monday. It was originally supposed to be Wednesday. Looks pretty good. All painted up. Alright. Oh yeah, I'd say those exhaust valves look a little better. Well, something there, but brand new valves. Yeah, it actually looks pretty good for $300. Can't beat that. Oh, it's not light. But what's throwing me off here, I think I got someone else's parts. This is a GM rocker rail, and then all the rockers and studs for them. So I was like, what in the world? Like, looking at this head, and I'm like, this doesn't make sense. And then I threw my old rockers on that head, and yeah, so I'll have to reach out to them and be like, hey, got someone else's parts. But we're gonna get this head cleaned up, make sure nothing else is down in the cylinder here, and yeah, get to work at slapping this thing back together. Might have it running tonight, who knows. A little wore out, but I got a little second wind now that I saw that the parts showed up. Oh, actually, I could try. I was gonna say some of my exhaust studs broke, so we can see how far we get her. But so let's get working. Not much is gonna get done talking, so I'll probably get back to you guys once I get this head on and kind of start getting into that process of things. But should get a pretty good start tonight. All right, a lot has changed since last video. None of this was on last video. Kind of just went full steam ahead, started putting things on. See new heads there. Old crusty head is still over here, which probably has bad exhaust valve seats, but gonna ignore that. It's like 4 days later. Yeah, it might be. Yeah, it's 4 days actually to the T since I made that first clip. And yeah, I don't know. I thought I was gonna get it running 4 days ago when I started working on it, so I didn't videotape much, but here we are all together. Intake manifold is off, sitting right there, which I definitely did not set that on and bolt it all down, and then realize all these injectors and everything else need to be plugged in first. So yeah, took it back off. That was at like 9:30 at night, and that's when I was finally like, all right, I need to stop. So I was so tired. So this is where we're at now. Vacuum line hooked back up to the EGR, which will probably be deleted later on down the road. Some other stuff here and there, but basically just kind of have to go through the fine-tooth comb here and make sure we get everything. Like, I just noticed this vacuum line, I already forgot where that went, but that goes down here. Should just plug that in now before I forget. And then it runs terrible because there's a giant vacuum leak. Okay, I'll do it off camera because I can't do it one-handed. But obviously still got all the coolant hoses that need to go on and whatnot. So I think if I remember right, this fitting might not be tight, so I should do that right away too before I forget. So gotta get plucking away here on this and start getting some things done, but it's coming together. It's a little weird. You don't have to adjust these valves, you just tighten them down to torque spec, which hopefully I have done correctly. But in the exhaust video, there's an exhaust on now, 3-inch exhaust, which there'll obviously be a startup in this video and a startup in that video. So a little bit of both there, but had to get the exhaust done on it before I fired it up because it's basically running open headers and I want to be able to hear if it's running right. So yeah, gonna start plucking away here. Probably get back to you once we start getting some hoses rehooked up. All right, she's back together. No coolant in it yet. Just gonna put water in it for now. Could use a good flush, but need to put the plugs in and put the plug wires on. And other than that, we are looking pretty good. Only one thing I didn't know where it went would be this guy off the alternator. I don't even know if it ever was hooked up, but I can't find a plug for that, so we're just gonna roll without it for now. Find out later. But yeah, gonna throw the plugs in here. I did just crank it over off camera. Built oil pressure. That's all I was really hoping for, so it wouldn't fire up without oil pressure. So yeah, gonna throw the plugs in, throw the plug wires on, and we'll get to starting her up. All right, guys, plug wire is on. Everything's back together. Take the flashlight out. And you know what? Don't be lazy. Put all your tools back before you start her up. That way, if you're missing a socket, you know it's inside the motor and you're going to take the whole motor apart again to find it. So, I got to fill her up with water. Hopefully I don't forget that it's full of water before winter comes around. I won't, but you never know. This clamp doesn't need to be tightened, but that's okay. So I'm going to fill her up with the hose here. Down there, bring her up. Check for leaks. Oh, and we'll hear this sweet exhaust. Hopefully. Or it's going to sound ridiculous. One of the two. Fill her on up. Okay, I'll get back to you guys once I get this filled up. Nothing left on the bench but a beer and a couple tools I need to go in the toolbox. And yeah, can't wait to hear it. Hopefully it runs. Get back to you guys here shortly. All right, next day here. I had a buddy come over last night and had some drinks and whatnot, but I'd be lying if I said I did not fire it up. I did. I know I didn't get the first start. Nothing too exciting. Started up, ran like a truck, so... One thing I did change since last night when I started it, I got my, which you won't be able to see, you know, if I crawl underneath the truck. Maybe, oh yeah, you can kind of see. Got the exhaust clamps on, so she's all tightened up. And back here, I actually used the factory muffler hanger on that, and because it's pushing it up on the, whatever you want to call that, right there. It's pushed up on that. It's actually fairly tight, but it's just kind of temporary for now, unless it works. You know, like Derek with Vice Grip Garage always says, is it really a dumb idea if it works? So that's just like that for now, holding on to it. Seems to be working okay. So if anything, I could see it wearing out these bushings because they're a little stretched. So we're gonna fire her back up here for you guys. I got oil to do an oil change. Got some Lucas 1540 filter. Even though I believe the oil was changed like not too long ago and fairly fresh. Oh, I'll show you. So, oh, come on, focus now. There we go. So, that was when it was changed. And, wow, we were really struggling to focus. That is how many miles are on it. So, yeah, I would say she has been changed recently, but we're going to change it anyways just because. So, let's fire her up. And burn like a kid. Come back here at the 3-inch. Sounds pretty good. A little louder than I was hoping for, but not too bad. Also, the clutch fan is stuck on. The fan never turns off, so that's an issue. It's idling down, running like a sewing machine. So yeah, sorry I didn't go into huge amount of detail for this video, but just kind of wanted to get her together, get her done. Let's see, very slight little shake to her. Hear that clutch fan just stuck on there. Stop spinning, just keeps on going. So there is a, I don't know if you can hear that. There's the slightest weird, like, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know where it's coming from, but I might look into that quick. there's a weird like clunking, ticking noise kind of thing going on that I'm not quite sure what's making the noise, but I'll look into it here real quick, see if I can find it. Keep you guys updated on what I find out. Alright, got her moved outside, out of the garage. Fiance parked in the garage, but turns out she's got a bit of a power steering leak that leaked all over the driveway, so that's nice. It's the high pressure hose down there, that fitting right there. It's pouring out of it, but she's kind of started running a little rougher than when she was in the garage. I mean, she's warm now. Oh, also I have the fan clutch off because that was stuck on and I was getting annoyed with it, so I took it off. Gonna order a new one for it, but get by the weeds here. Let you guys listen. Hopefully this comes out okay. Yeah, I got it parked out here in the rocks now. Oh, running good. Got the heat on in here, trying to keep it cool, but yeah, checking engine lights on, obviously due to no catalytic converters on it anymore, but charging, good oil pressure through 1540, some Lucas stuff in it, I think I said, and yeah, seems to like it. So I think that's gonna do it for this episode. Hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know if you like the Ranger content. Keep it coming. Obviously we still got a lot of work back here to do, so let me know what you guys want to see next, and we'll keep at it on this channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.